This was to have been the skating year of returning ice dance legends, Torvill and Dean. Or elegant reigning world champions, Usova and Julin, hoping to embrace an Olympic title. Katarina Witt reinstated to provide a golden edge to the women's event. But only Gordieva and Grinkov could rewind the clock and reclaim past glory. Countrymen Mishkatunik and Dmitriev enjoyed a silver lining to their renewal. But for most of the re-establishment, 94 was bittersweet. The old guard found itself on the outside looking in. Kurt Browning took his final bow. As a new generation took over. The future of skating begins tonight at the 94 World Championships from Makahari, Japan.
And the view from above this spectacular facility, let's bring you inside the Makahari Event Center. A great, great scene for the 1994 World Championships. We're about 20 kilometers from downtown Tokyo. Move to the east end of the building, our host position for 6 nights of primetime coverage here on the second level. Good evening, everyone. I'm Brian Williams. Well, you just heard my good friend, Mr. Donald Stewart Cherry, talking about the courage of Isabelle Brasseur. Brasseur re-aggravated that rib injury suffered prior to the Lillehammer Olympics while practicing here in Tokyo. Now, this is bad news for the Canadian fans. In fact, Isabelle told me a short time ago she is in twice as much pain now as she was prior to the Olympics. No question. This event has been somewhat watered down by the absence of the professionals and medal winners like Oksana Baiul and Nancy Kerrigan. Still a tremendous competition in the men's field. Elvis Stojko goes for gold beginning tomorrow. The medals in the men's are Thursday. Great interest for Canadians tonight with Brasseur and Eisler. In addition to the injury, don't forget the pressure on Lloyd. He said at Lillehammer, without the professionals, the gold medal would have been theirs. Brasseur and Eisler tonight. For more on tonight's program, let's go down to ice level, and here's Chris Cuthbert. Chris?
Thanks, Brian. Good evening, everybody. It's almost like stepping into the 21st century here in this high-tech, futuristic-like area east of Tokyo. And that's rather appropriate because the stars of the future have taken center stage here and will dominate the skating world for the next quadrennial. People like Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz, the great Canadian ice dancers who had a breakthrough at the Olympics. They finished in 10th spot, and they hope to follow that up with a better performance here at the Worlds. We'll get our first gauge of that during the compulsory dances tonight. And with more on what to look for this evening and throughout the week, two people celebrating their 10th anniversary of their World Pairs Championship, Barb Underhill and Paul Martini.
Chris, the Olympic champions Grichuk and Platov have firmly established themselves as the favorites here. And with the absence of Torvill and Dean and Jusuf Zulin, I don't see any problem with them repeating their Olympic success. The real challenge here will be for the other two medals, and I think that will be a three-way battle. But the team that everybody seems to be talking about is our Canadians Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz. With a 10th place finish at the Olympics, their sights are set even higher here. But Paul, tonight the main event will be the pairs.
Well, Barb, in the pairs competition with the absence of Gordieva and Grinkov as well as Mishkatunik and Dmitriev, Brasseur and Eisler are looking for their second consecutive World Championship title. But when you factor in Isabelle's injury, as well as the fact that at the Olympic Games, Isabelle and Lloyd were awarded the bronze medal on a 5-4 judging panel split over the Russian Shishkova Naumov, this event is very close on paper. And when you talk about awarding medals, you talk about judging, and we've had a lot of controversy there coming out of the Olympic Games. But we have the benefit this week of the knowledge and expertise of a woman who had her own Olympic moment as she judged the ice dance competition in Lillehammer. To keep up with her series on what judges are looking for, here is world and Olympic judge Jean Senft. Jean?
Paul, thank you. Judging at the Olympics was a wonderful experience. but it became very clear with all the media scrutiny surrounding the judges' decisions that there's a very real and ongoing need to help clarify exactly what the judges are looking for. So I'm delighted to be back here again with CBC to have an opportunity to do that. We'll start with the features tonight on the compulsory dances, moving to the pairs technical program, and hopefully at home you'll find that information helpful. Brian?
All right, Gene, big crowd beginning to file in. The opening night of the World Championships up next when CBC Sports continues from here in Japan.